true change doesn't exactly come from the actions that you put towards being the person that you want to be, rather the mindset that naturally gets you there. Now, in my last video, I did talk about how we are in control of our realities, our habits, our general activities, as long as we have the intention and self awareness behind them. However, what I think is a lot more important, to be honest, is identification, about changing what is going on internally so that the external follows. A lot of people, such as like James Clear, have talked about this. So this isn't exactly going to be new information for a lot of people. So think of this as more of maybe a reminder or a repoint in the right direction. So imagine that like a genie comes up to you and says you get three wishes and you choose a great physique, £1 million in your bank account, and your ideal relationship. You are going to acquire those because the genie gives them to you, but you are also going to lose them very instantaneously. This is because you're not the person with a six pack and big muscles. You don't have £1 million in your bank account and you aren't with your ideal partner because you don't have the actual characteristics of someone who can maintain those things. Maybe you don't know what exercises it takes to get a six pack, or the food, like the all the protein that you need to have to build the muscle. You don't know about budgeting, you don't know about stocks, you don't know maybe about communication within relationships or how to show up for another person like that. It's very important to be able to become the person who has those things because let's say you let's say I a few weeks ago decided I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. today. I did that once, but I don't recognize myself as someone that can wake up that early. I mean, I do want to be the person that can wake up at 5 a.m. However, there are some factors that prohibit that, but that's because I've identified myself as someone that can't wake up at 5 a.m. So if I were to have tried again the second day or the third or the fourth, eventually that habit would have just dropped right off because I'm not the kind of person that can really wake up at 5 a.m. But that's also something that I have chosen for myself. It's also very important to actually become that person because the things that you want tend to be quite not materialistic per se, but how do I put this? They're not that they're unnecessary, but replaceable in the sense that you get certain feelings from having certain things, but you can also get that feeling elsewhere. So let's say relationships, you want a certain partner, but you can also find similar feelings within friendships. That's what I mean by replaceable. But what isn't interchangeable in that sense is what is going on internally. So you want a certain physique, but in order to get that, you have to show up for yourself every day. You have to be dedicated. You need to be able to set yourself a goal and know that you can achieve it. You need that to get the physique. Once you have the physique, not only do you have the thing that you wanted in the first place, you have all of these amazing characteristics that can get you so many places and can get you towards so many places in life. And again, the actual things that you are after, I feel like replace is really not the right word, but uh, I guess temporary. Temporary is a good example, I would say. Things come and go in life. You're not going to have a certain amount of money forever and ever. You're not going to have the people that are in your life forever and ever. Your body is going to change. There are going to be circumstances that move you around the world, possibly. You can never depend on whatever is external, but as long as you know who you are and create the person that you feel most aligned with, then nothing can really, not that nothing can really go wrong with your life, but as long as you have you, then you are pretty sorted because you're the only thing that you can rely on in life. So you can't force yourself into being a certain type of person just from the actions. You have to actually be that person for you.